Sorry.
Gone quiet, haven't we?
Go quiet. Look how quiet everybody is now.
I mustn't laugh. Yes, sorry.
Can I just apologise to everybody if I seem to be turning my back on you during the meeting? It's because I've got another computer with all the documents open because our printer has decided not to work over the last few days. So I haven't been able to print everything out. So if I'm doing that, it's not because I'm ignoring you all.
And we thought it was.
Okay.
Hello. I make it 58. Are we all right?
Yeah.
Oh, 57.
I'll leave it there.
We've got everybody from the council here, haven't we?
Yeah, I'm just having a little bit of trouble. I'll be back with you in a second.
Right.
Are the councillors Robinsons not coming on?
Well, they're not here yet, are they?
No.
Sorry.
She's going away for a minute.
No, sorry, I had sound on Zoom and sound on YouTube as well, so I was getting double what everyone was saying, so I've just had to get rid of that. There we are. We're fine now. We're fine.
It's terrible where I have to take my glasses off to look at the phone.
If I do keep looking down, I've got my agenda on iPad, so I will just keep looking down as well. So,
and I've got mine all spread all over this desk.
Join the club.
Yeah, all over.
Yeah, so that means that if I keep jumping from one thing to another, that's a reason.
Hiya, Stephen.
Hello.
Well, good evening, Stephen.
Good evening. How is everybody?
Fine. How are you?
Hi, Steve.
Good, good.
How are you, Tim?
Yeah, very well, thank you.
Good.
Recovering
Road
now.
to recovery.
Yes. Oh, yeah, good.
Okay, it is now exactly.
Angus is just joining us now, Chairman.
Right, thank you.
Hopefully. Oh, there we are.
Good evening, everybody. It is now 7 o'clock. So I declare the meeting of the Parks, Cemeteries and Planning Committee open. Clunk. That was the virtual clunk, as you know. Item 1, apologies.
No apologies, Chairman.
Excellent. Declarations of interest. To record declarations of interest by any member of the council in respect of the agenda items listed below. Members declaring interest should identify the agenda item and type of interest being declared in accordance with the Localism Act 2011 and the relevant authorities' disposal of pecuniary interest regulations 2012. Item 3, Town Clerk's update.
Councillor Laura has a hand up, Chairman.
Oh, sorry, Councillor Laura.
Was this for the registration of interests?
Yes.
Yes.
Sorry. Yes, I've got planning 20/04189. Know the architect.
Thank you. John Whittle.
Barbara's got her hand up as well.
Sorry, Barbara.
Just to say planning, please, Mr. Chairman.
Yes, thank you.
Thank
John
you.
Whittle.
Planning, Chair.
And the same, yes. Thank you. Item 3, Town Clerk's update.
Nothing to update at this moment in time, Chairman.
Thank you. Item 4, Ebor Avenue Play Area Redevelopment to receive a recommendation from the Parks and Playgrounds Working Group.
Yes, I don't know if anyone from the Parks and Playgrounds Working Group would like to say anything about this, Chairman. The working group met last Monday evening, and we looked at 4 different submissions, designs for the upgrading of Ebor Avenue Play Area, and they chose the one that was from Streetscape, which everyone had a copy sent to them with the papers. And the recommendation from the working group is that we go forward with the design from Streetscape.
Okay, well, bearing in mind that we've had this company in the past and we've always been satisfied with the work they've offered, in the notion that it's probably better to stay with a company that you know and we're pleased with, we all supported that proposal. So could somebody make any comments?
Yes, I'm trying to move it for you, Mr. Chairman. I've
yes.
put my hand up, but you've
Yes.
not said anything.
Sorry, I didn't see it, sorry.
Okay, no problem.
So
Just to
Councillor-
say, I'd like to move the recommendation. I think that the councillors did talk about what was in front of us. We had a very long discussion, very interesting one, and I think we're doing a great job for the Ebor Avenue Park. And I think the young children up there are really going to enjoy it when it happens. It's something to look forward to. So I'm very happy to move the recommendation.
I'll second, Chair.
Thank you. It's having been proposed and seconded that we approve the proposal from Streetscape. Those in favour, please indicate. I'm just having to go across to check the others. Thank you. That's carried unanimously. Thank you.
Thank you.
Item 5, exclusive right of burial, to consider a request to buy back a burial right.
Yes, Chairman, we had a couple who bought a burial right for Edenfield back in 2018. They have moved away from the area now and don't want to have any interments in that burial plot at all. And they have requested that the Town Council buy back the plot at its original cost, which was £454, and it was plot 310B.
Okay. Anybody got any views on this? It would seem to me that it would be only reasonable of our council to do that in view of the fact that these people have moved out of the area. Councillor Barbara.
Just to say, I move we do. It's very sensible. If people have left, they no longer require it, and I'm sure we will need it in the future. Hopefully not too soon, but just move the recommendation.
Thank you.
Second that.
I'll second it.
Thank you. It's having been proposed and seconded that we approve this situation. Would those in favour of that proposal please indicate? Thank you. That's carried.
Thank you.
I must admit, my papers for this agenda seem to go from there to agenda for the planning committee. Is that right?
That's correct.
All right, good. Okay. We come to the first item, 20/04189, erection of a single and two-storey extension to the rear following the demolition of the existing single-storey bathroom extension at Shaney Cottage, Seaton Road, Hornsey. Has anyone got any suggestions?
Councillor Julie.
Councillor Julie.
I would move that we support this, Mr. Mayor. I think it's a very sympathetic extension, to be honest.
Thank you.
Second that.
And seconded. It's having been proposed and seconded that we vote to support this application. Those in favour, please show. Sorry. That is carried. Thank you. We have, the next one is to do with a tree, and I understand from the town clerk that we have not heard anything from the tree officer.
Correct, Chairman.
Thank you. So I would propose 21-00005 that we defer that until we've heard from the tree officer.
But could we maybe give the clerk the authority to support the tree officer when we get that recommendation rather than it
Yes.
come back again?
Yes,
Yeah.
good idea. So that item and 21-00277, which is a tree issue, 21-00353, which is a tree issue, that we propose that we give the power to the clerk to comment on those when we get the tree officer's report.
I'll second.
Thank you. Proposed and seconded. Those in favour of that proposal, please show. That's carried. Thank you. Item 20/00064, erection of a porch and canopy to the front of 20 Swift Close, Hornsey. Any comments, please, Councillor June?
Yeah, I would support this. Suggest that we support this one, Chair.
Thank
I
you.
would second that, Mr. Mayor.
Second it.
Thank you. It's having been proposed and seconded that we accept this one for support. All those present, please show. That's unanimous. Thank you. That's carried. 20/03694, installation of external wall insulation installed to all existing rendered walls that would include the gable end, side wall to old extension and the front elevation at 11 Queen's Gardens, Hornsey. Councillor June.
I would support this, Councillor Chair. I've had a good look at it, and it's done under a government grant scheme. I couldn't see any reason why we shouldn't.
Councillor Laura.
Yeah, I was just going to second Councillor June's proposal.
Thank you. Having been proposed and seconded that we support this one, those in favour, please show. Thank you. That's carried. (20/04316), erection of a porch to the front following the demolition of the existing UPVC front porch at 12 Derwent Close, Hornsey. Any
Councillor
comments?
Jean has a hand up, Chairman.
Councillor Jean.
Providing there are no objections from any neighbours.
Thank you. We haven't got any objections from neighbours, have we?
No, Chairman. No,
Thank you.
Chairman.
So that's been proposed by Councillor Jean.
Councillor
I'll second
Stephen has
that.
a hand up.
Oh, Councillor Stephen.
I was just going to second it. That was all.
Thank you. It having been proposed and seconded that we support this, those in favour, please show. Thank you. That's carried.
Hands on. Your hands on.
Item 20/01371, change of use of land to allow extension of existing camping and caravan club touring sites for up to 30 touring caravans, motorhomes and tents, alterations to existing vehicular access and change of use of land for the storage of touring caravans. Councillor Stephen.
Looking at the plans, it's the new plan submitted just seems to be the same as the previous one that we supported back in December last year and August. It's just the new plan seems to be, the boundary line seems to be in colour.
Okay. So as having proposed, sorry, as having supported that before, is there a proposal that we accept it this time?
Councillor Julie has a hand up, Chairman.
Councillor Julie?
Yeah, I would, if Councillor Stephen was proposing we support it, I would second him.
Yes.
I've had a look, and the only difference is there's a slight difference to the entrance, to splay the entrance to make it the sight lines better. So it's actually an improved version of what we previously supported anyway.
Thank you. It's having been proposed and seconded that we support this application. Those in favour, please show. Thank you. That is carried. And that is the last item on the agenda for this meeting. So Clunk, there is a virtual gavel. We now come to the meeting of the full town council. Item 1, apologies for absence.
No apologies, Chairman.
Thank you. As having been in close down, I am sad to announce that I haven't got any announcements. It looks as if we're going to have a year of no announcements, but still. Item 3, minutes, to receive and sign as a true record the minutes of the meeting held at Hornsey Town Council held on Monday the 18th of January 21.
Councillor June has a hand up, Chairman.
Councillor June?
Yes, if I could draw your attention to the declarations of interest, item 8, it says that June Greensmith, a member of Hornsey URC. I'm afraid that's definitely not me. I did not declare.
Okay. Was that Julie?
Yes.
Should that be minuted as you?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you. I will amend that, Chairman.
Thank you. Well, with that amendment, is there any proposal to accept?
Councillor Barbara has a hand up, Chairman.
Councillor Barbara?
Yes, I'd be very happy to move the minutes, but could we just mention that after public participation, where we've got obviously 1 and 2 talking about sewers, you've put Seaton Road and you've got Brackholme Bends. It's Brockholme Bends. It should be an O instead of an A. But I'm just thinking if somebody reads these minutes, they're going to wonder where it is. I'm very happy to move them, Mr. Mayor.
Okay. With that typo correction, Barbara has proposed that we accept them.
I'll second them.
Councillor Laura second them. Those having proposed and seconded to accept those minutes, please show. Thank you. 2, to receive and sign as a true record of the minutes of a meeting of Planning, Parks and Cemeteries Committee held on the same date, Monday the 18th of January. Councillor Barbara?
Yes, very happy to move the minutes again. They are a true record, Mr. Mayor. But I just wondered on the second page where you've got 20/04219, which is of course planning, which I have nothing to do with. I wondered if you had any additional information and clarification sent to the town council yet regarding this. That's what you've asked for.
Yeah.
Nothing at all. Nothing at all, Chairman.
Okay, we haven't got
Fine.
anything.
But I still confirm the minutes.
Okay.
But
Second.
draw that to your attention, Mr.
Yes,
Mayor.
yes, thank you. Thank you, very kind, yes. Is there anybody to second the proposal there?
I'll
Councillor
second them.
Quite a few. Proposed and seconded, please indicate your approval of that, please. Thank you. It's carried. To receive and sign as a true record the minutes of an extraordinary meeting of Hornsey Town Council held on Monday the 25th of January 2021. Councillor Julie.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I just wanted to clarify something. A document's been circulated to us all over the weekend, which stated in that document that at that extraordinary meeting, I should have declared a pecuniary interest rather than a non-pecuniary interest that I declared in the matter being discussed.
Yes.
Now, I've reviewed my decision about this declaration, and I still believe I had a non-pecuniary interest. Whilst I occasionally attend worship at the United Reformed Church, I've no official role within that church, and in no way did I, my family or friends stand to benefit financially from any decision made by the council regarding the church clock. The circulated document also, whilst referring to the same matter, recommended that all councillors update their register of interest in this regard. As I'm not an elder at the church, nor I have any involvement in the financial matters nor the running of the church, I don't think that in my case this is necessary. Thank you for letting me clarify that.
Thank you, I appreciate that. Councillor Barbara.
Very happy to move the minutes, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Would somebody like to second that, please?
I'll second.
Thank you. All those in favour of that support of accepting those minutes, please show. Yes, thank you. That is carried. We have the same declarations of interest to announce. To record declarations of interest by any member of the council in respect of the agenda items below, members declaring an interest should identify the agenda item and type of interest being declared in accordance with the Localism Act 2011 and the relevant authorities' disposable pecuniary interest regulations 2012. Councillor Barbara.
Please may I have a declaration of interest of HARP and of planning.
Thank you. Councillor John.
The same, park and planning.
Thank you. Councillor Julie.
In the accounts is the payment to the URC Church, and I'd like to declare a non-pecuniary interest in that as I worship there occasionally.
Yes, thank you. Is that everybody?
Councillor Laura and Councillor Tim have their hand up, Chairman.
Sorry, yeah, Councillor Tim.
Muted, Tim.
You're on mute, Tim.
The dogs have just come in. I have an interest in items 11 and 12.
What kind of interest?
Non-pecuniary.
Yeah, thank you.
And Councillor Laura has a hand up, Chairman.
Yes, thank you. Councillor Laura.
HARP.
Sorry, could you repeat that?
HARP, number 12.
All right, thank you. Yes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Item 5, co-option. Clark.
Yes, Chairman. Can I ask if one or more members there have got the matrix with them who will be able to just cross-check and reference this for me, please?
I've got them.
Thank you. Councillor Eric and Councillor June, if you would count with me, please, that would be really helpful. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So we've had 3 applicants for co-option, and we will vote them, details of which all members have received. They've all received the letters of application. So we will go straight to the co-option, and we will vote on the candidates in the order that their applications were received at the office. So our first candidate is Nikki Dixon.
Thank you.
Can I have a show of hands for Nikki Dixon, please?
Thank you.
Eastwood. If you could leave your hands up for a fair while, just so that we can get down there. And Councillor June. So we've got Councillor Andrew, Councillor June, and Councillor Stephen.
And Eric.
And Councillor Eric. Thank you. Okay.
Can
Thank
we
you
put
very
our
much.
hands down now?
Yeah. You can. Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
Okay. So we've got the next on our list is Sean Leggett.
Would those voting for Sean Leggett please indicate?
Councillor Laura and Councillor Jean. Councillor Barbara. Councillor Laura and Councillor Jean. So that's Councillor Barbara, Councillor Laura and Councillor Jean.
Thank you.
Okay. And our third candidate is Tom Columbari.
Would those for Tom Columbari please indicate?
Can you just keep your hands up for a while for me, please? Thank you. Councillor John, Councillor Kevin. So that's Councillor Tit and Councillor Angus. Sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's Councillor Tim, Councillor Julie, Councillor Angus, Councillor John, and Councillor Kevin.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Is that total 5?
That totals 5. So on the first round there, we will lose Sean Leggett, and we will vote again now in the second round.
Okay.
Can I just check with Councillor June and Councillor Eric that you are happy with that?
Yes, I've got,
Numbers 4, sorry, Barbara, 435 I got.
435 I have.
Yeah, I do too. I do too. So you're happy that Councillor Leggett will drop out of the co-option?
Thank you. Yes.
Okay. So into round 2. So our first candidate here is Nikki Dixon. If you could show hands for Nikki Dixon, please. Councillor Andrew, Councillor Barbara, Councillor Stephen, Councillor Stephen,
Eric.
Councillor June,
Councillor Eric.
Councillor June, and Councillor Eric. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we've got Councillor Andrew, Councillor June, Councillor Barbara, Councillor Stephen, and Councillor Eric.
And Councillor June.
Yeah, got Councillor June. Yeah. Okay, thank you.
5.
Yeah. Yeah. So our next candidate is Tom Columbari. We have Councillor Tim, Councillor John, Councillor Julie, Councillor Kevin, Councillor Angus, Councillor Laura. So we have Councillor Tim, Councillor Laura, Councillor Julie, Councillor Angus, Councillor John, and Councillor Kevin.
Yes.
Do you agree, Councillor June and Councillor Eric?
Yeah, I can't see a few hands, but
Sorry, yeah, can we start from the top? For Tom, we've got Councillor Bunch.
Yeah.
Councillor Eastwood.
No.
No. Sorry, Ambleton. Sorry,
yes.
Bunch. Ambleton.
Yes. Yes.
Councillor Kemp.
Yes.
Councillor Nicholson.
Yes.
Councillor Angus Robinson.
Yes.
Councillor John Whittle.
Yes.
That's 6.
So we still have 5, 6. So we don't have a clear candidate there because in order to be co-opted, the candidate has to receive 7 or more votes.
Can I just say, I've got 5 and 6, which is 11. There's 1 missing. Can we please just check Nikki Dixon again, please?
Yeah, we've got, for Nikki Dixon, we've got Councillor Andrew, Councillor June, Councillor Barbara, Councillor Stephen, and Councillor Eric.
5.
That's
yeah.
5. So
Councillor Jean, would you like to cast a vote for one of the candidates, please?
Nikki.
Sorry, can you just say that again for me, please?
Nikki.
Thank you.
That's even, 6 each.
That's 6 even, yeah.
Okay, so Chair, you now have a casting vote.
I cast my vote for Nikki Dixon.
Okay. So now we have a candidate with 7 votes using the chairman's casting vote, which is Nikki. So Nikki Dixon will be co-opted to the Town Council.
Thank you.
Thank you. Nikki, if you can hear us, if you'd like to join us.
Mute. Currently unmuted. Audio settings button menu. Start my video. Alt plus space. Video now started. Stop my video. Alt plus E. Video settings button menu. Closed. Open button. More options for participants button menu. Open chat panel. Alt share screen. Alt plus S button. To activate, press space bar. Record on this computer. Reactions button. Leave. Alt plus Q button.
Okay, we'll give you a second just to get organised. It's fine. Don't worry.
Order. Audio now unmuted.
Hey, that's it. Sorry,
Hi.
I'm here.
Did you get a copy of the agenda, Nikki? Are you?
Yeah, I've read them. Thank you. Yes.
Lovely. Okay. I know it will be a bit strange for you tonight.
No, it's not. It's fine.
Just, please feel free to contribute wherever and whenever you feel you want to and can.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
welcome.
Welcome, Nikki.
We'd like to thank the other two candidates for
Absolutely.
offering to be co-opted, and hope that they keep an interest in the council for future co-options. We'd be very interested to receive their declarations of intention to put themselves forward. And we would like to welcome you, Nikki, to the council.
Thank you.
So,
Tom Columbari has left the meeting.
item 6, town clerk's update.
I don't have an update on this one either tonight, Chairman.
Thank you. Item 7, civic matters. Item 1, nomination of chairman and town mayor for 2021-22. Councillor Julie.
I propose the deputy, Councillor Bunge.
Thank you.
I'll
Proposed.
second.
Thank you. It having been proposed and seconded that Councillor Tim be nominated as chairman for next year. Those in favour of that proposal, please show. Thank you. That's unanimous. We'd like to thank Tim and welcome you to be chairman next year.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Yes, and good luck.
The line is he'll need it, yeah. And item 2, nomination for a vice chairman and deputy mayor for the same period, 21-22.
I'd like to nominate Stephen Prescott.
Thank you.
Councillor Jean and Councillor Julie have the hands up, Chairman.
Yes, Councillor Angus.
Councillor G. It's me, sorry. I'd like to forward Councillor Laura.
Right. Right, so we've got 3 candidates. We need to get a seconder for each before whatever.
Two candidates, Chairman. Councillor Julie had her hand up, Chairman.
Yes.
I was just going to second Councillor June in nominating Stephen.
Right. So we've got a seconder for Councillor Stephen then.
And now I'll second Councillor Laura then.
Barbara seconds Councillor Laura. So that's between those two then?
Yes.
Okay.
You need to take a vote, Chairman.
Yes, thank you. Those in favour of Councillor Stephen, please show.
Hand now raised.
Can you just make sure you keep your hands up for a minute or so? Thank you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, thank you.
Councillor Laura, please show.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got 5 there as well, Chairman. So we've got 10 votes altogether there. So we've got 3 that aren't voting. I mean, that's their prerogative, but I've got a 5 each. So it will be casting vote for you, Chairman.
Can I just ask what has Nikki voted?
Nikki, did you vote?
Yes. I put my hand up on the thing.
Is it
Right.
Stephen and Laura that hasn't voted for themselves?
Yes, I was going to say that could be.
I haven't voted.
Yeah, you
Yeah, well,
are
you can
allowed.
vote for yourselves. You
You
can,
are allowed.
Laura.
You are allowed to vote for yourself if you would like to.
Yes.
I'm just going to do a recount. I didn't see your little blue hand, Nikki. I'm sorry about that. Can I just ask for
I'm with you. I won't vote.
Can I just ask for votes, show of hands for Councillor Stephen again, please? And could you put your hand up? Thank you. Right. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nikki 7. Okay. So, and show of hands for Councillor Laura, please. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. So that was 7 votes for Councillor Stephen, 5 votes for Councillor Laura, Chairman.
Thank you. So Councillor Stephen will be the Vice Chairman and Deputy Mayor of the Town Council 2021-22. Congratulations to both of you.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Stephen.
Item
Thank you.
8.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Item 8, Policies and Procedures 1, Grants and Donations. Town Clerk.
I think Councillor June will speak on this one, Chairman.
Yeah, Councillor June.
Yes, obviously we discussed grants in detail at the finance meeting, and it was proposed by me that we bring it to this meeting for me to propose that we put it to a working group to write a small grants policy for recommendation to full council. So I move that we move this item to a working group.
Okay. It's proposed that we, in line with what we thought of the previous meeting, that we have a group to discuss this. Would that be appropriate to refer it to the General Purposes Committee?
I'm not sure, Mr. Chairman. I'm wondering if it should go to a finance committee. Because the idea is that we actually have a grants group, isn't it, which we don't have at this stage. So I would propose that it goes to the financial group for them to decide.
Okay. Councillor Julie.
Councillor Tim and Councillor Barbara, Councillor Julie and Councillor Angus have all got their hands up, Chairman.
Yes, Councillor. Sorry, I'll go through them on the order that I've got here. Councillor Tim, was there?
Yes.
Yes.
Sorry, I was just going to second June's proposal.
Oh, right. It's having been proposed and seconded. We can't enter into any further discussion. So those in favour of the proposal that it go to finance, please show.
We've only got 3 there, Chairman.
Those against that motion, please show.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yes.
We've got 7 there, Chairman.
So what is the right? So we need another proposal then.
Councillor Julie has a hand up, Chairman.
Councillor Julie.
Should it not go to the grants committee itself?
Yes.
It's usually, or it has been up until this point, the general purposes group that have looked at grant applications.
Well, I mean, I would suggest that it goes to them then, because whoever is on that committee, I would have thought it should be the people who have previous experience of debating the grants might be the appropriate place for it to go.
Councillor Councillor June. Sorry, Councillor Jean.
Second that proposal, Chair.
Okay, the proposal that it goes to the General Purposes Committee, please show.
Barbara, do you want to say something, Barbara?
Well, it did, but it's just missing me out. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. I don't care.
It's having been seconded. I haven't got an option to come to you, Barbara. I should come to you first then. So it's having been proposed and seconded that we go to the General Purposes instead. Please indicate.
Thank you.
That is carried. Joe?
Yes, Chairman. Both item 8.2 and 8.3 are new policy documents, which kind of deal with what we're doing at the moment. One is for virtual meetings. The other one is for filming and recording of council meetings, which came up a month or so ago. I've sent out 2 policy documents on that. I welcome comments, or if you are happy to adopt both those policy documents.
Yes, thank you. Councillor Laura. Oh no, sorry, I mistook the muting for a hand. Just a minute.
Councillor Stephen has his hands up, Chairman.
Councillor Stephen.
Just having read the documents, I don't have any questions on them, so I'm happy to propose them as they are.
I'll second that.
Thank you. Proposed and seconded that for both these policies, the new policies, please indicate your support or otherwise. Support. That is carried. Item 9, review of fees and charges 21-22. 1, cemetery and burial fees. Joe?
Yeah, the ones in red that you have on your list that I sent out are the proposed charges as of 1st of April 2021. Obviously, the ones on the left in normal colour print are the existing ones.
Can
I just ask a question, if I may? Is there a format of increasing these on a yearly basis? Because, you know, I'm all relatively new. Or is it just what people decide to increase it by?
They are reviewed annually, and it has become a nominal, a small increase each time, in my experience. Yeah.
Thanks, Joe.
Councillor Barbara.
Well, I believe this year it would be fair for everyone if we leave it as is. We're all well aware, looking at the Hornsey Town Council charges, we've always tried to be as prudent as we can be. And I believe that this year we should leave it as it is. And I'm prepared to move that for the simple reason, most of these things are either commercial, they're weddings, they're going to be using our room, but it's going to be if and when. And I do believe that with any of the charges, including the burials, we need to be exceptionally careful. And I would rather stick to what we have in front of us as being our 2021 recommendation will be the same this year again.
Thank you. Councillor Stephen.
I was just going to agree with Barbara. I think everyone's had a very tough year. So I second Barbara's proposal.
Thank you. It's having been proposed and seconded that the whole of the fees and charges remain the same. Please, that those supporting that motion, please show.
I think Angus
Mr. Mayor.
Sorry. Yes, Angus.
I did have my hand up.
Yes.
What I wanted to confirm was that with the existing charges, do the town council break even, or do we subsidise?
Joe?
No, we don't subsidise. No.
I'm happy with that.
Okay, so now that those in favour of that proposal that they stay the same, please show.
May I just confirm that in actual fact, I have looked at that very, very carefully, Mr. Chairman, and realised that we would still be fine.
Yes, thank you, Councillor Barbara. Thank you. Just let me check the other three. Yeah. Right, that's carried.
Did I read that we're everything on that list there, Chairman, from 1 through to 5 under item 9 is remaining as is?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Item 10, accounts for payment February 21. Councillor Barbara.
Well, I looked at the accounts and I've spent some time on them. Obviously, you know, none of us have got much to do, so we do tend to look at things more carefully. And I'm a little bit surprised, and I have forewarned the clerk that I wasn't terribly happy to see that at the gas at the town hall was £585 again, when there's nobody in there and the place is closed. And it's she did say it was a direct debit, but I think we need to be saying something about it. I don't see why we should be putting any excess money into the gas board at the moment. We might as well keep it in our coffers. And I think we need to look at that one very, very carefully. I'm also not terribly happy about the sanitary provision for the town hall, which reads £433.70. That's a lot of money for a town hall that's closed. And also the sanitary provision for the marketplace toilets is £55.34. There's quite a lot. And of course, Yorkshire Water, again, marketplace toilets, has got this £268.07, which I think I've brought up in January, because I think it's January or perhaps November, to say, could we not check it? Because I thought that's rather a lot of water.
Is there? Did it have a meter on the water on the toilets?
Well, I don't know what it's got, but all I'm saying, to me, Yorkshire Water, £268.07 for the water for that marketplace toilets, to me is exorbitant, and I think it's something we should be checking. But then I do know that I did ask for it to be checked before, because I said it is closed and I don't see why we're paying that kind of money out.
Is that something, Town Clerk, that you could, the issue of the gas board, it may well be an agreement that we entered into for 12 months and that figure was fixed. Is that the case, Clerk?
Not the actual direct debit figure, but obviously we are in an agreement with British Gas on the unit price, etc. I've asked Gary, and he has actually sent it to me today, but I only got it at tea time, so I've not had a chance to submit it. He has actually, I asked him to send me a reading. However, having looked at the bill, we are on a smart meter, so it would seem, and I will check this out, that reading is accurate, because the smart meter conveys the reading directly into British Gas. I will say that amount does include 20% VAT. And there is also a climate levy charge on there of something like £40, I think. So you can take that off. It comes down to about 480 something, I believe, from looking at the bill today. But we're going to have a look at a reading anyway on the gas bill, and I'll come back to you on that one at the next meeting. In relation to the PHS one, the janitorial one that Councillor Barbara has raised, I spoke with PHS today, and although when the town hall closed back in November, we did let them know, and they suspended our services. Strangely, a suspension of service didn't automatically suspend an invoice and charges. So obviously they know that those charges shouldn't have been made. What they have asked us to do is, when we go back into the building, to reinstate the service, and at that point we will then request a credit for the charges that have been made, because that bill that you've got there goes from January to May. So we will, once we get back into the office, we will contact them again, and they will issue a credit note for the time that the office has been closed.
So do I get a credit for that then?
Absolutely, absolutely. The Yorkshire Water one, the janitorial at the marketplace toilets, obviously the toilets in this lockdown period from November, they've been open all the time anyway. So we have continued with service in the marketplace toilets. In addition to that, for some of you, for those who don't know, we have in there a periodic flush system. So if the toilets aren't flushed for a certain length of time, they automatically flush, and that happens all the time. Gary tells me that it didn't used to be that way, but we had all sorts of problems with blocked pipes and things like that. And since we instigated the flush thing, that hasn't happened. So it's all been okay. So the toilets have been open. There are 2 water meters, to answer your question, at the toilets, which we are concerned about. There's one in the toilets and one in the road. We've asked Yorkshire Water to investigate, and we've got very little back from them, unfortunately. So, Gary, this morning, we've set up our own experiment, and he has read both of those meters because we can't understand why there are 2. We're hoping that tomorrow morning, when he reads them again, they'll both stay the same, which then we're happy with that. If they don't, then we've obviously got an issue, and we don't know why there are 2 meters there and why they might not be giving the same reading. So hopefully by tomorrow we'll have some sort of answer, and then we can go back to Yorkshire Water and say, you know, what on earth is going on here? We've got 2 meters, etc., etc.
Okay.
Well, I deserve a credit again, because obviously in September we paid out £397.05 for the Market Town, marketplace toilets. That's £400 for water. It's just ridiculous. I mean, when you think of public conveniences, that is just out of there's something wrong. But I did say that because I found it here, September, and I put down Yorkshire Water. How long I've written on it, because I thought to myself, it can't be that amount.
It might be that it's correct, but until we have run this experiment, we won't know for sure. And Yorkshire Water came back with very little.
Well, the point is, if it's correct, then I'd like to know exactly what it's cost us for the year then. And I'd like to know what it's cost us, obviously, for us to pay for the is it PHS or PPS or something?
PHS.
PHS, for what it's costing us for them for the year, because it must be a tremendous amount for just a ladies and a gents. That is ridiculous. And these are utilities, and I think we're being taken for the ride, the same as we were with the electric across there in the Memorial Gardens. So it needs checking very, very carefully, if you don't mind, please.
No, okay. We'll bring that back to next month's meeting and to hear all the information and feedback and results of Gary's checks.
Yeah.
But I agree with you. When you actually think of water in a public toilet, there might only be a few people each day go in. And if it flushes after someone's used it or on a continual feed, it shouldn't be that much. I do tend to think that's the case. So we'll put it on the agenda for next month, if that's all right, Barbara.
Yeah, that would be lovely. And
Thank
the other
you.
one I wanted to ask about was the planning, the white paper, £174 to Ernica. Will that be available at the town hall then for all the councillors to look at?
Yes, that's some training that Ernica are running that I think it's 3 or 4 members are going on or have been on already. I don't know if you've done the first one, but they have issued slides of that presentation, or they will do, and it will be available to everyone. Yeah.
That's lovely. And you're going to check the petty cash for me and come back, are you?
Yes, I sent you a breakdown of petty cash expenditure.
No, I've got nothing. Nothing.
Oh,
and I've never been off this thing today, so I can show you.
No, I sent it Tuesday, I think it was. Sorry, no, where are we? Thursday last week, losing track of time. I'll send it to you again. But that petty cash was from last November to January, so it covered 3 months worth of petty cash. That's
why the place closed.
Say again, sorry.
With the place closed, so we're actually looking at stamps, aren't we? Really?
Yes, it was stamps, mobile phone, and there was a little bit of cleaning stuff on there as well. But I'll resend the email to you, Councillor Barbara, and then you can.
Otherwise, I'll move those for you, Mr. Mayor.
I'm very pleased about that. Those getting back to what the agenda item is, accounts for payment 2021, February 2021. It's been proposed that they now be accepted. Would someone like to second?
I've moved it.
Yes, you've moved it. Yes. Would somebody like to second?
I need a seconder.
I'll second it.
Yeah. Right, thank you.
I'll second it.
Right. Okay. Thank you. Those supporting that proposal, please show. That's carried. Thank you. Item 11, Let's Go Hornsey.
Councillor Tim has his hand up, Chairman.
Councillor Tim.
Yeah, nothing to report from Let's Go Hornsey.
Thank you. Item 12, Hornsey Area Regeneration Partnership, Councillor Barbara.
Yes, we had a meeting on February the 11th via Zoom. Unfortunately, again, we only had 7 instead of 8 people, so we weren't quorate. We were able to confirm with our local growth coordinator, which is the new name for our clerk, that we would discuss each item so that all the work could continue to be scheduled, because if you're not quorate, you can't do anything about it. We're supporting the reopening of the High Street, and there has been another workshop meeting with local businesses attending, and it proved to be a really good success. There's more virtual meetings in the future to move this on. The retail specialists have been employed, and they are a commercial communications company provided by a grant, and they will be looking at 8 towns in the East Riding to help recovery plans in the future. There's also to be a website, and discussions are already ongoing for banners, etc. for the town. We now have 2 seafront information boards ready and paid for, which are supported by different groups, including Civic Society, Hug, East Riding, etc., all of whom have done a great deal of work, I have to admit. The Sands Lane footpath down to Hornsey Burton Road is progressing, but grants, etc. are needed. So, of course, our East Riding officers need to meet up for discussions. These can't take place whilst lockdown are on. And so our next meeting is not until April, when I hope to bring you further information and perhaps some good news.
Thank you, Barbara.
Thank you.
Item 13, East Riding of Yorkshire Council items of interest. Would either Councillor Barbara or Councillor John have anything to say?
Okay, it's on you.
Well, I'll keep mine brief. All I would like to say is we had the budget meeting last week at County Hall, and we had an increase of 3.49%, which I'm sure everybody knows about now, and this was supported not unanimously, but by many of the councillors there, obviously a majority. The Fire Authority have passed a budget of 1.99%, which I did move along with other members of the board. So I don't think that increase is out of the way, considering the good work we get from the Fire Authority and all the staff. And the police have recommended an increase of 6.6% increase, which I have only read in our minutes for Wednesday. It's a lot of money, but at the end of the day, we need our police, and I'm sure you'll all agree they do a very good job. As you're aware, I'm sure Hornsey Town Council didn't make any increase, so I congratulate us all. And I'm sorry if I caused them a bit of a kerfuffle by saying I couldn't look for an increase, because I couldn't. I think people have suffered this year with their health. And I do believe that we need to help everyone that we can. And so I say congratulations to Hornsey Town Council. We're doing a good job.
Barbara, have we any idea as to why the police increases so much? It's about twice.
I'm not on the board. I'm sorry, Mr. Chairman. I'm not on the
No.
board. I only read it, and we were informed last week it was going to be 6.6%. But Mr. Hunter, obviously the PCC says he needs it for his new police constables. I mean, if we can see more of them on our street, I'm sure we'll all be delighted.
Okay, thank you,
We
Barbara.
live in Hornsey, yes.
Councillor
Yes,
John.
Hornsey.
Yeah, Councillor John, sorry, John.
Nothing to add, Chair.
Right, thank you. We now come to public participation. Clark.
I've not been informed of anyone who wants to ask anything, Chairman, but we do have 3 members of the public who have joined the meeting. Do any of the 3 members, would you like to raise anything under public participation? Silence?
Thank you.
I think the silence means no, Chairman.
Okay, thank you. We now come to 2 items in pursuance of section 1(2) of the Public Bodies Admissions to Meetings Act 1960. It is recommended that because of the confidential nature of the business to be transacted, the public and press leave the meeting during consideration of the following matters. So I thank those members of the public who've been here during the meeting, and now would ask the clerk to make it so that it's purely the councillors who are available for this discussion.
Yes, Chair.